Now comes purchase return journal. The thing is that now you are returning purchased goods to your suppliers. Why? Because it was faulty or for any reason. Leave it, you are accountant, just learn, just concentrate on accounting part. So the thing is that there are so many purchase return transactions that you have to record in a system. And that is a separate book for purchase return, which is a purchase return journal. Just I am recalling you that if someone is saying that its name is purchase return day book, okay, its name is purchase return day book, because day book and journal can be used alternatively. In the same way, for sales journal, you can call it as sales day book. Purchase journal, you can call it as purchase day book. Sales return journal can be called as sales return day book. And purchase return journal can be called as purchase return day book. Okay. So the thing is that here we record only such purchases return which are happening against the credit purchases. And why do we need this purchase return as a separate journal? Because there are so many number of purchases returns which are happening in our business now. We are returning our purchased goods back to our supplier, which is reducing our supplier's payable balance. Now we don't need to pay those suppliers because we have returned goods to them. Okay. When we return goods to the supplier, it doesn't mean that the supplier has accepted the goods, unless you receive a credit note from that supplier. So when you receive credit note against the returns that you have made to your supplier, then this transaction will complete. Very important to remember. We have already discussed then that when we return goods to the supplier, we send a debit note. That debit note is in fact a permission to seek from the supplier that can we debit your account in our books? Remember, against purchases, you have already given credit to the supplier. And supplier as a creditor is your liability in your books. Now, if you have returned goods to your supplier, it means your liabilities should be reduced. When your liabilities will be reduced, should be debited. And for this, you are seeking a permission from your supplier that if you agree that the goods returned to you are acceptable to you because of these reasons, kindly allow us to debit your account. So this you write on a debit note. Agreed? Well, so how you will get confirmation that the supplier is allowing you to debit his account in your books? Yes, that is through a credit note. So when the supplier will get satisfied that these returned goods are acceptable to the supplier will issue a credit note. Upon receiving that credit note, you will record this purchase return transaction in your purchase return journal. Now the transaction is complete. Okay. Well, so this purchase return journal looks exactly like the same as we experienced in terms of sales return journal. So these are goods returned to our suppliers. These are the names of our suppliers. Okay. And this is the amount that we will put, exactly the amount opposite to the supplier's name. Megamart 200. So on and so forth. Don't forget to put the dates. And here you will write the credit note number that you will receive. Don't put your debit note number, because your debit note number is not a source document for this. This transaction gets completed when you receive credit note from the supplier. And obviously, finally, you will make total of this purchase return journal. Okay? So important tips over here are the same, that only and only credit transactions for purchase return would be recorded in this purchase return journal, and there will be single effect in this book. It is not a double entry book, and that purchase return journal will be totaled after a regular interval, a week or a month or whatsoever you fix. Thank you.